What weighs more, 1 kilo of rocks or 1 kilo of feather? Neither, although they look different and act differently when you drop them. Still, many people will never consider them to be alike in any way. Hi, my name is Julia and I want to tell you that all things are not equal. In fact, things that should be equal are very far from it. I hope as I share my opinion, you'll start to see the same thing that I have noticed, because until we all decide it's a problem, nothing can change. Recently, my mom and I were cleaning up some Korean books that I had as a child because we were going to pass on to someone new. Since I thought it would give me nice memories, I opened a few of them to read over. And I was shocked to notice that woman and girl in the story were referred or portrayed as a property of their father or husband. As I looked at more of the books, I found female having difficulties based on their gender. Those books we give to children are an old way of thinking. It's now 21st century and people must recognize person as a person and not as a gender. I wanted to know if gender inequality in Korean literature was also reflected in other countries. And I discovered that gender inequality seemed in extents in the literature of countries throughout the world. And many great women like Rosa Parks and Elizabeth Blackwell had struggled to right this wrong. Throughout history, there have been many movements promoting women's rights, and in many parts of the world, women's rights have improved. However, today in 2021, there are still big differences between genders. In most of the world today, women get to vote and have jobs, and mostly do what they want to do. But does that mean they are treated equally? Sadly, women and girls are still being treated as a property. According to our word in data.com and Oxfam, in most developing countries of the world, there is nearly a 20% higher rate of females who can read than females. And these are some facts. It's a hope that these can change. The United Nations has gender equality as one of its global goals, and the world is trying to help women gain equality and improve their lives. For example, Korea. Korea was the worst country for women. Long ago, women were not allowed to speak out, study, or go out without men. And before they got married, they were property of their father, and they never got to be free. After they got married, they were property of their husband, and they didn't know who they were marrying with until they got married. But because of Tai Young-lee, who was the first woman lawyer in Korea, and Kyung-won Park was the first woman pilot in Korea, and many more, modern day in Korea, men and women have almost equal rights. Most countries are trying to help women and empower them. People in Middle Ages in Europe said that witches were trying to disturb the order of society. And for 100 years, many innocent women died because people burned them like this. Most of them who got burned were women who lived alone. Living alone meant they didn't have power to say no, even though they were innocent. And eventually, people found out that people who had power in politics used their power to prevent change. And I think we can be different from them. I think we can share power with women and girls. These are 3 ways to empower women. First, we need to get more women in positions of power. This means that women need to hold more leadership positions within countries and organizations. Second, we need more women in business schools and universities. 3, we need to encourage women to take more apprenticeship roles to get their foot in the door and learn a business as it grows. According to BBC News, all around the world, especially in these countries, there are really poor women. And in these countries, they have 100% of women's right, which is really great. By God, I am broken from inside. I don't feel like a human being. I cannot breathe properly like others. I suffer from forced makeup, child marriage, divorcing, and honor killings. I don't know, as if I am an alien. My husband and others have to oppress me, and I need to stay oppressed. Thank you.